It's 52 blocks progression. I'm your boy Kesey Spider Burly Keys, and today I just want to talk to y'all about the palm strike. Okay? Okay, y'all. Today we're going to talk to y'all about the palm strike. That palm strike. Let's go. Right? There's some good and some bad about the palm strike, and there's some misconceptions about the palm strike. You're going to hear a lot of people tell you in a street fight, it's better to use the heel of your palm than use your fist, because when you punching, you can break the knuckles or the small bones inside of the fist, right? We've all heard those stories, correct? Palm strikes are common to a certain extent. They are really good to a certain extent. What did I mean by palm strikes are good to a certain extent? What I mean is that for me, learning karate and all that, the palm strikes were excellent for breaking boards at at a close range, right? But here, where your shoulders lock, going forward, boom. So it was good for breaking boards like that, right? It was good for breaking boards down here or coming down in a downward strike. They're good for that. But anything outside of that, palm strikes don't feel natural to punch that way, right? Not only that, right? But in order to turn your fist into a palm, right? We're losing about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of our reach, right? In a game where fighting depends on your rhythm, your timing, your distance, and your reach, losing that 1.5 inches, 2 inches ain't that helpful in a street fight, right? Do palm strikes work? Yes, palm strikes work. They're just not as effective as a punch, right? For instance, right? If I'm holding my hands up like this, a palm strike, even like this, right? Close guard, a palm strike just can't go straight through that guard. You might hyperextend your wrist, right? Where a fist can squeeze in there, boom, go right through it. Might be able to just go right through that. The palm strike, you might hyperextend, correct? So naturally, the fist is better. But are palm strikes good? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Palm strikes can work in a few different ways, right? But it's not in the ways that people typically think, oh, you could just fight away using your palms. That's not how that's not how we use our palms. The way we would use our palms, right? Now, the first way we would use the palm strike, right, would be you're in close, right? A man goes to grab you or something, right? You palm strike right to the forehead. You know what I mean? What you want to palm strike to the forehead for, and it's not to do damage to the forehead at all, the palm strike into the forehead. It's meant to do damage to the back of the neck, to cause whiplash. So you do it fast and hard. Palm strike to the back of the neck to cause whiplash and to open up this area at the throat for a strike, right? So if you was to... But no, every palm move you use ain't gonna be at long range. You can't use a palm at long range because you already gave away 2 inches when you turned your fist into a palm. Now I'm standing here. Now if I turn that palm into a fist, I could have already hit him, but I gave up 2 inches. You know what I'm saying? But when you in close and somebody goes to grab like I'm grabbing him, you come right up the middle, palm press to the forehead, punch to the throat. If you go up, you're targeting the jaw going up, right? It pushes his head up like you would do with the forehead, right? Push the chin up, strike at the same time. Pushed it up, strike, right? So you're pushing the chin up to open up that area. Or you would push straight at the chin. When you push straight at the chin, it kind of pushes the mandible off of the temporal mandible bone, right? Messing with the nerve bracket in here could cause a knockout. Could just push the jawbone out, cause you to break the jaw. You know what I mean? But that's simple ways you can use the palm. Other than, all right, and Here's a few more ways. I can't lie, right? Say if you're being grabbed, right? Somebody's holding you, they grab you in the bear hug. They got you, right? They got you in the bear hug, right? You could use the palm by slapping the ears, right? Trying to burst the eardrum, causing him to throw off his equilibrium. Yeah, you could do that. You could even use the palm strike as a slap, right? You could even use the palm strike as a good, and I want people need to see what a slap is, right? As a slap, right? A slap. Now you see, them slaps are slaps. You know why? You're not using the tip of your finger to slap. When you use the tip of your finger to slap, yeah, it may sting, but you might cause your fingers to hyperextend and break. You want to use the palm, all it is, when you slap. So when you slap, your left hand, right, your lead slap should look like should almost come off like a ridge hand or a hook. Bow. Your body movement and everything from the feet up. Slap. You hear that? That's your slap. You want to hit with that palm, right? When throwing a slap with your rear hand, you want to do it as if it's a straight. Everything come, bow, slap, slap, slap. But you're slapping with the palm, not the fingers. Also, using that open hand, guard that palm strike, right? Might not just be for the slap. It might not be for this. It might not be for that. Don't forget, that slap could just be simply to snatch down his guard and hit. Smack down his guard and hit. So you can use that open hand, that smack. It could just be to smack down his guard. Yeah, so that's what the palms are good for. People may say it's not too many ways to fight with your palm. It's not. It's a few tactics, it's a few techniques to use using your palms. In a street fight, that would actually make sense without causing you harm. A fourth way would be to, when you got your opponent on the ground and you're mounting him from the top, he's on the ground, right? Instead of punching down at him like this, right? That's a chance for you to use your palm strikes right there. Because it feels natural to press down with your palm. And you're not going to punch the concrete if he moves his head. So yeah, then I would be striking away with the palm. Because I don't want to break my hand. You know? Another way, the last way I would feel as though would be a good way to use the palm would be a ripping technique. They used to use in old Irish and French boxing, right? In a sport, if you're trying to be dirty, you can play, act like you missed the punch, but you're really just trying to scrape your glove across his face, right? Hopefully it opens up a cut, the glove opens up a cut, but you wanted to make it look like you missed that punch, so you're not putting a lot of power into it, right? But on the street, I mean, who gives a fuck? Throw it. Push him back. You know? Put that in them. What that shot does, if you can feel the friction yourself doing it with your own hand to your own face. Take your hand and hold your hands like this with these parts. You want to always strike with these parts of your palm, right? Press it against your lip. The skin, press it against your lip. You can feel the skin on skin friction. Press it against your nose. You feel that skin on skin over your eye. We want that friction, that skin on skin friction when that punch is coming, hard is coming. Hopefully that skin on skin is trying to tear that soft flesh above that eye bone. It's trying to tear that flesh right here underneath that eye bone. It's trying to tear away the nose right here, or the lip right here. So it causes that friction. That's all that does. You want to see that, you hitting it like that, making it cause, trying to tear the flesh off the face. That's what you're trying to do. Other than that, I don't see no way, no how a palm strike is better than a punch in the street fight. That's all I'm saying. And to be truthful, if you're talking about even the ripping situation with it causing cuts above the eye or the nose, you could have still used your fist. That's what your knuckles are for. They're protruding out of the side. They're protruding out of the front of your fist to cause damage when they twist and they turn. So you even still, for that, you don't have to use your palm, because you're still giving away 1.5 to 2 inches of your strike every time. You're still giving away 1.5, 2 inches of your distance and your reach every time you turn your fist into a palm. All right? Let's just say keep with the fist. Stay with the fist. Right? And just use the palm when you can. That's what I do. And like I said, I'm not being biased at all, because my first love, my first art that I ever learned was karate do. Right? I even loved it so much at one time, I went from karate do to an advanced type of karate called tang sudo, which palm strikes was also common in tang sudo. Right? But in real-time fighting and on the streets, I've learned over the years, those palm strikes are only good in certain situations and certain occasions. You can't use a palm strike like you use a fist inside of a street fight. It just doesn't happen. That's all I'm saying. It's 52 Blocks Progression. I'm your boy, Kesey Spider Burly Keys. And today, we just discussing the palm strikes. Instrumental by Neo Soul. Don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe.